Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're seeing how much I can read in a week using both physical and audiobooks. This week ended up chaotic, but keep watching to see how much I was able to read. Hello friends, happy Tuesday. So we're starting this on a Tuesday, but let me go over the books that I'm currently trying to read. I have this one from the library, Finlay Donovan Digs Her Own Grave. This is book 5 in the Finlay Donovan series. I am obsessed with this series. It is so hilarious. A mom who accidentally kills a man and has to like cover up her crimes. It's so funny. I'm obsessed. So this is book 5. I'm very excited for it. We're gonna try and finish this one ASAP. However, we just got back from a vacation the other day. Can you tell by my relentless sunburn? That's very painful. So I have a lot of like unpacking and cleaning to do. So I think I'm going to turn on an audiobook to make my life easier. And I have 4 available on my Libby app right now. So literally just this morning I got How to Kiss a Movie Star. I just finished the Inheritance Games. So I don't need to read that one anymore. I have Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan and The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. Before I Let Go is technically the one that's next due on my Libby app, but I think we're gonna listen to The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth because in my experience, I finished those books in a single day. It's only 8 hours long, and then I can just headphones, clean, finish an audiobook. So I think that's the book we're gonna work on today, The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. And if you're not reading Sally Hepworth, I think that you should. I'm really not into mystery or thriller or horror at all, but these are like the most subtle mystery thrillers and I love them. I'm excited for this one. I don't even know what it's about. Okay, so I'm only 25 minutes into the audiobook. I had to take my twins to dance, pick them up. We have no food in the house because of our vacation, so I stopped by Wendy's and we had some lunch. And side note, if you haven't already tried their tangerine twist lemonade, it's really good. And my girls and I really like it. Anyways, we're 25 minutes into The Soulmate and I officially read the back. So let me tell you what this is about because I also just listened to all of that. So we're only on chapter 3, so I don't consider any of this spoilers. We have Pippa and John and they bought this house that's up on a cliff over a seaside. This cliff is notorious for people coming to it and jumping, which if you know me, that's a big trigger for me. So here's hoping I can finish this book. I got my tattoo. We've got this. We'll be fine. However, since they've moved into the house, her husband John has been able to go out and kind of talk everybody down, and he's saved tons of lives that way. He says he mostly just listens, and then they walk away, and he saves their life, which hooray. But what happens this time is that it doesn't work. A woman ends up jumping. However, Pippa, our protagonist, was inside the house and she kind of glanced over, and when the woman disappears from the cliff, her husband is like standing there like this. So now we get to figure out, did he push her? Why he would have pushed her? And that's our mystery. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if he's guilty or not. Again, this was all within the first 2 chapters, so I don't consider it a spoiler. I'm excited to keep reading, and I have so much laundry to put away and my room to clean, so let's get cleaning and listening. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I kept calling him John. His name is Gabe. I don't know where that came from. The husband's name is Gabe. It's not John. I don't know why I said John. Anyways, Gabe and Pippa, okay? There you go. I don't know. Was the son John? Was there anyone named John? Maybe there's a John. I don't know. Okay, anyways, Gabe. I should know that because that's the name of the character in the book I'm writing. All right, sorry, I just needed to correct myself. Okay, so it is now 8:47 at night, and I just finished the audiobook for The Soulmate. I totally predicted finishing it in a single day. If it's a Sally Hepworth book, I want to finish it in a day. That's how I like to read mysteries, because I don't want my brain to overthink it. I like the surprise of a mystery reveal. And so I don't like spending too much long reading a mystery so that my brain doesn't have the time to figure it out, if that makes sense. However, I very rarely figure out a Sally Hepworth. She's amazing at twists, and there were so many twists in this one. This one was completely unpredictable. There's another one, The Mother-in-Law. I predicted some of that one, but this one I was just like, I have no idea what's happening. Let me briefly talk about this book though. I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it 4 stars. Something I found so fascinating about this book, we had our main character Pippa, and most of the chapters were from her and her perspective, and it would also go back to like the past, and she would tell like how she met her husband and different things in her past. But we also had a good amount of chapters from Amanda, who is the woman who died at the beginning. And we got to see her perspective both in the present, so like seeing her husband's reaction to her death. She was like some ghostly presence that could see that. And also she would talk about her past and how it was all connected. So I really liked that. I thought that was fascinating how we got those 2 different perspectives of everything, and we got the past and the present, and we got so much information because of that, but yet I just could not predict a single thing in this book. I really liked this book. I thought it was a fascinating story. The way that the title comes into play, just like, oh, it hit me hard. This is possibly a spoiler, but if you've ever heard the song The Lighthouse's Tale by Nickel Creek, that could all be wrong. But that's what that reminded me of, and I love that song. I love the way the title fit in a kind of morbid way, but I loved it. Anyways, 1 book down. This video is all about how much I can read in a week. So according to Goodreads, that book is 352 pages. And in case you were curious, it was 7.44 hours long, the audiobook. As I mentioned, it's almost 9 at night, so it is almost time for bed. I need to get my girls to bed. I need to take a shower. And then as I'm going to bed, I'm going to be reading this book. So excited to get on this one. This is the next one we're reading for sure. Friends, Merry Wednesday. So we have hit a road bump in my reading as much as I can in a week journey, and wow, look at this hair. That's fun. By the way, I just do this so my hair is wavy, so I know it looks weird. It's not meant to stay. Last night I discovered that my dream job is open for applications again. And in order to apply, I have to take this course, which it says takes 6 to 8 hours, and it's going to take longer for me because even though this is related to what I went to college for, it's been like 10 plus years since I was in college, and I haven't worked doing anything closely related to what I studied in school, so I'm taking extensive notes. I got a 70% on the pre-test, so that's not too terrible. I'm trying to get my dream job, so we're not going to be able to read as much, but I did read some last night. I am now up to page 55. Also, I wanted to note that it's really funny that I think at the beginning of this video when I was talking about Sally Hepworth, I was like, I don't usually read mystery or thriller or horror, and I'm reading 2 mysteries in a row. because we had the Sally Hepworth book and now we have this one, which is also a mystery. I read mystery with certain authors. This author, El Casamano, is hilarious. The prologue to this book, I was like laughing out loud and my husband's like, what is going on? And then I explained it to him and he laughed too because it's so funny. I love this author. She's hilarious. And I just love these books. I probably won't get much reading done today. My focus is taking this course and applying for this job as fast as I can so I can get this job and start making money. Wish me luck. All right, you guys, I went out and I did some shopping with my kids and I brought my book, as I showed you, in the hopes that I might be able to read, like stop by a park after and read. But we spent a lot of time at the store, so I did not get that done. I have not read anything. But on a brighter note, I am 43% of the way complete with this course. I feel like I'm learning a lot and it's really preparing me for the job that I'm hoping to get, going to get. Let's speak more positively. This job that I am going to get, I'm prepared for. But I had to tell you what I'm about to be doing. So I changed my outfit. I'm now in a tank top and sweatpants. I am going to a watch party for The Summer I Turned Pretty. And I have never seen the show, The Summer I Turned Pretty. I read the first book and then I didn't continue on with the series. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's going on. I should probably read like a summary. Maybe I'll go on YouTube. I bet YouTube has like a what you need to know before the new season. So, but yeah, I'm going to a watch party with my Disney friends. If you guys don't know, I'm in the Utah Disney community because I'm a Disney fanatic. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I get to see my friends and watch a show that I've never seen before. So hello friends, happy Thursday. So let's be real. I got 0 pages of reading done yesterday. I was taking the course, I had the outing with my girls, and then I went to that watch party. As I mentioned, I read the first book in The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I was like, I feel like I'm too old for this. It's a decent story, and I feel like if I was a teenager, I would have loved it, but just me personally, where I'm at in my life, I'm too old for it. And I watched the show for the first time yesterday, and I started on season 3, and I was again like, yeah, I'm too old for this. But also, my goodness, the drama in that show, like, I'm kind of tempted to keep finishing this season, but I'm like, I don't think I like this. I totally understand people who do. I would be eating that up if I was a teenager again, but I'm not. I'm in my mid-30s and I have 3 children, and my life is just too different, and I can't watch it, I don't think. On today's agenda, we are going to lunch at my husband's work because they're doing a Disney day. Today is July 17th, correct? Yes, which means it is Disneyland's birthday. And if you guys didn't know, Disneyland is like my favorite place on earth. So I wish I was there instead of here, but I'm here, and my husband's work is doing a Disney day in their cafe for lunch. So we're gonna go eat lunch there. And then Aria has her yearly checkup because her birthday was last week. So I had to take her to the pediatrician. And then I still have to do my course. I'm not done yet. I'm about 50% through. It is very long. It did say it takes 6 to 8 hours. So like I'm doing okay, but man, it is taking a long time. And then we'll see what I can read. I don't know how much I will read. I'm kind of thinking I need to resort to one of my audiobooks so that I can just get some pages in there, because we want to make this video exciting. We want to read a lot this week, and I'm failing, but also not, because I'm doing important things. I'm trying to get a job, so I'm taking a course to get a job, and I haven't worked in 8 years, so that's a big deal. But keep in mind, we're only on day 3, and I finished an entire book, so it's not like we're majorly behind or anything. So we'll see how much I can get to for the rest of the week.
Something's about to happen, I think. Let's see. We're pulling out some props. Oh boy. Blissy bliss. Okay. I don't know. She's 11 years old. She can't possibly. The dog is jumping rope. We don't know how it works. One more. Let's go.
Hello. I have so much to catch you up on. It's insane. So Friday, I did not record a single thing. I also only read the tiniest bit because I was finishing my course and taking all the tests with it. I got 100% on my tests. Thank you very much. And I have officially applied to that job. So we'll see where that goes. I was taking a course and most of it was reading. So technically I was reading a ton, but I'm not counting that because it's not a book and it's not tangible pages that I can quantify. Here's what happened on Friday. I took a shower. I just started one of my audiobooks. It is the book Before I Let Go. So I started that audiobook on Friday while I took the shower, and then I was just kind of listening to it while I was getting ready for the day. I listened to 43 minutes of that, and then before bed I read 23 pages in this. That's what I did on Friday. Saturday, oh, I haven't done my math yet. Okay, hold on. I have to do math and I'm terrible at math, so I need to pull up a calculator. Okay, Saturday, I also did not record. I spent the day with my children. We went to a city fair celebration thing and we watched fireworks and we did all this fun stuff. It was a fantastic day. I loved it. But here's what I got done. Again, shower and getting ready. I listened to my book. I got 45 minutes listened to in that book. And then at night before I went to bed, I read 32 pages of this book. Today is now Sunday and I'm still in bed and still wearing pajama pants. My goal today is to finish this book today. I'm already at page 195. So this is the acknowledgements, but it's 308. So I only have like 100 pages left. I can finish this before I go to bed tonight. So that is the goal. We're gonna finish this book today. I'm so sorry I haven't been doing updates. A lot came up that I was not expecting. I was planning to just read this week, but that's what we're doing today. So yay for Sundays. I get to just sit in my bed in my favorite sweatshirt and read. So let's finish this. friends, happy Monday. Let's talk about this book because I finished it yesterday. This book was another incredible Finlay Donovan novel. I love all of Finlay Donovan's adventures. I'm just so obsessed with the writing in these books. They are hilarious, and this was just another great addition to the series. I also want to point out that Finlay and her nanny Vero are like BFF goals. They are the best friends to end all best friends. I love them so much, and their relationship and their banter back and forth. They are incredible, and I feel like this one had some really good touching moments between the two of them. Absolutely loved it. This one also went into Finlay's relationship a bit more with her ex-husband, and also like her trust issues in general that kind of stemmed from her ex-husband and being carried into her new relationship. I'm trying not to spoil too much because this is book 5, but I kind of really like that we touched on her trust issues and she kind of had to work through those. I would also like to point out that I posted on my Instagram that I had finished this book. I posted in my stories a photo, which was a terrible photo. It was like blurry, and I was just like this, covering my face because I wasn't wearing any makeup. And I tagged the author, El Casamano, and she reposted it to her stories. She didn't like tag me. She typed out my name. She wrote Kaylee, and I just, it was so cute. And I was like, well, that was a terrible photo for you to see. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm giving this book 4 stars because I think it was a little bit slower than some of the other ones, but I still loved it. Such a good book. Always recommend Finlay Donovan books. Okay, now let's get into the other book I've been reading, because after I finished that one, I started listening more to the audiobook of Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. So I'm really sorry, but I kind of lost track of the timing of things. So I don't know exactly how many hours I listened to last night, and I was listening this morning as well, and I'm kind of lost. But I am 9 hours and 22 minutes into this book. I do listen at 1.45 speed, so it goes faster than actually 9 hours. I have 4 hours and 22 minutes left, so we're going to finish this book while I do some chores today. Let's finish this audiobook. I already have thoughts that I want to share with you. I just need you all to look at this picture. Look at it. Look at how cute this is. All right, friends, it is the next day. Last night I finished Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I am having a hard time rating this book, but let me talk about it. This book is marketed as a romance, but I didn't feel like it was a romance until like the last half. Not even the last half, but it was just all at the end. The whole beginning of this book felt more literary fiction, where it's like, these are the people, these are their lives, which is fine. But if something's marketed as a romance, it kind of throws me off when it's just kind of all about nothing romantic for the whole first half of the book. I think that this book was perhaps a bit longer than it needed to be. There were a few scenes where I was like, I don't get point of this. And overall, I just feel very neutral about it. I didn't love it, definitely didn't hate it. I'm just kind of in between. So I'm thinking it's more of a 3-star book, maybe 3.5, but definitely not lower than a 3-star. This is the type of book where if someone brings it up, I'd be like, oh, I read that, it's pretty good. But I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it to anyone unless you're specifically looking for a book about the benefits of therapy, in which case, read this book. I loved all the talk about therapy and how wonderful it can be. I think that I would recommend it for that reason if someone's looking for something like that. But other than that, I don't think it's a book I'm gonna go out of my way to recommend. It's fine. I enjoyed it. Writing was really good. Characters well fleshed. It's just very neutral to me. I think I'm gonna forget about it really quickly. I'm so sorry to anyone who loved it. It just didn't hit right for me. Let's talk numbers because this week is up. I finished 3 books this week. 2 of them I listened to. Before I Let Go was 13 hours and 45 minutes. The Soulmate was 7 hours and 44 minutes. However, I went on Goodreads and it shows me how many pages those are. So The Soulmate was 352 pages. Finley Donovan is 305 pages. And Before I Let Go is 391 pages, which means that pages, I went through 1,048 pages. I do think that this is a bit higher than I would normally go. I'm I've read 42 books so far this year, so I don't know what week we're in, and I'm terrible at math, so I'm not going to figure out like how many books that is per week on a regular basis, but I will go a long time without reading anything. I was in a huge rut after Sunrise on the Reaping. I could not read anything after I read that book. I also felt that way after Onyx Storm. This year has been a wild ride. But we're at 42 books for the year and I finished 3 books in 1 week. So that's really good for me. I was pushing myself, and keep in mind, I was taking a class. So the fact that I finished 3 books in a week is kind of crazy. This is pretty high for me. So feeling good. Feeling good about this. I do think that we should try doing this video again when I don't have such a chaotic week. It would also be fun to do this video later in the fall when my new job is in play, to see how much I can read when I'm working my new job. So, yeah, that class is definitely worth it. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here because this video is probably very, very long. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what books I should read next. Let me know what other book challenges I should do, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Sorry if you can hear Wicked dancing through life. It's like